Guardia di Finanza. The Guardia di Finanza GDF or GDF Italian pronunciation, Guardia di Finanza is an Italian law enforcement agency under the authority of the Minister of Economy and Finance. It is a militarized police force, forming a part of the Ministry of Economy and Finance, not the Ministry of Defense. Guardia di Finanza is essentially responsible for dealing with financial crime and smuggling. It has also evolved into Italy's primary agency for suppressing the illegal drug trade. It maintains over 600 boats and ships and more than 100 aircraft to serve in its mission of patrolling Italy's territorial waters. They also have border police and customs duties at Italian airports. Interpol summarizes the Guardia di Finanza Ministry of Economy and Finance as a force with military status and nationwide remit for financial crime investigations and illegal drugs trafficking investigations. Mission. The mission and institutional tasks of Guardia di Finanza are stated in the Law 189 of April 23, 1959 and 68/2001 and are subdivided into Priority 1's preventing, investigating and reporting financial evasions and violations, overseeing the compliance with the provisions of politico-economic. The primary mission of the Guardia di Finanza is to protect the legal economy and the businesses operating in compliance with the law while ensuring that the Republic, the European Union, the regions, and the local governments can rely on a regular inflow and appropriate use of the resources meant for the community and for supporting policies for economic and social revival and development. Its activities are connected with financial, economic, judiciary, and public safety, tax evasion, financial crimes, smuggling, money laundering, international illegal drug trafficking, trafficking, illegal immigration, human trafficking, modern slavery, customs and borders checks, copyright. Europol, the EU law enforcement agency, summarizes this force as organized according to a military structure. The tasks of the Guardia di Finanza consist of the prevention, search and denunciation of evasions and financial violations, in the supervision of the observance of the provisions of political and economic interest, and in the surveillance at sea for financial police purposes. History. Light Troops Legion 1774. The origins of the Guardia di Finanza date back to October 5, 1774, when the Light Troops Legion Truppleger was set up, under the King of Sardinia, Victor Emadius Roman III. This was the first example in Italy of a special corps established and organized for financial surveillance duties along the borders as well as for military defense. Customs Guards Corps 1862. Once the unification of Italy was completed in 1862, the Customs Guards Corps Corpo delle Guardie Doganali was set up. Its main task was customs surveillance and co-participation in the country's defense during wartime. Corpo della Regia Guardia di Finanza 1881. By Law No. 141 dated April 8, 1881, the Customs Guards Corps became the Corps of the Royal Finance Guard Corpo della Regia Guardia di Finanza, whose task was to impede, suppress and report smuggling activities and any other violation and transgression of financial laws and regulations, and to safeguard the interests of the 20th century. By royal decree dated July 14, 1907, the Corps was issued 5-point star uniforms to mark its military status, even though the Army's military discipline regulation was extended to the Financial Guard by law dated July 12, 1908. The Corps served in the two World Wars and in the War of National Liberation, deserving 18 awards to its war flag, which had been granted in 1914 to decree the total integration among the Italian armed forces. Subsequently, the Corps took part in numerous rescue operations during serious natural disasters. For this commitment, the Corps was decorated with 13 additional Civil Valor Awards. The reorganization of the police forces in 1919 also affected the Royal Guardia di Finanza. The responsibilities were divided between the Inspector General, who was an Army officer with the rank of lieutenant general responsible for military preparation, and the commanding general, who was a financial guard officer subordinate to the former, but authorized to maintain direct relations with the minister for ordinary institutional duties and for personnel management. In 1923, the Investigative Tax Police was set up as a specialized branch of the Royal Financial Guard. Within a few years, its naval fleet, motor vehicles, and telecommunication structure underwent a complete change. The Statistical Service equipped with a data processing center, the Air Service, and the Canine Service for anti-drugs checks were set up. During the same years, the Corps General organization was defined pursuant to Law No. 189 dated April 23, 1959, which laid down its institutional tasks, subsequently amended by specific sector provisions assigning certain responsibilities. Recent history. Besides the review of its organizational structure, laid out by the issuance of Presidential Decree Law No. 34 dated January 29, 1999, the updating of the core institutional tasks was completed. Law Decree No. 68 dated March 19, 2001, whilst confirming the core configuration as a military structure, enhanced its role as a police force having general competence on all economic, financial, and judicial matters for the safeguard of the public budget and that of the regions, of the local authorities, and of the European Union. The Guardia di Finanza Historical Museum is custodian of the traditions of the Corps. It preserves artifacts of relevance to the Guardia di Finanza and promotes historical research to aid researchers, scholars, and military history enthusiasts. Shiasso financial smuggling case. On June 3, 2009, near Chiasso, Switzerland, near the Swiss/Italian border, officers of the Corps detained two Japanese nationals in their 50s who had attempted to enter Switzerland and had in their possession a suitcase with a false bottom containing U.S. Treasury bonds worth $134.05 billion. These later turned out to be counterfeit. Organization. The Guardia di Finanza is a militarized police force, Corpo di Polizia ed Ordinamento Militare, like the Carabinieri, but forming a part of the Ministry of Economy and Finance, not the Ministry of Defense. Under the Minister of Finance and Economy, the Corps is commanded by a general commander and a second-in-command. Commands. Under the general command are the following commands: Comando de Reparti Speciali Special Forces Command, Special Unit of the Currency Police, Central Service for the Investigation of Organized Crime, Special Unit for Revenue and Public Expenditure, Unit for the Prevention of Community Frauds, Special Units Command, which cooperates directly with other government agencies, parliamentary commissions, and other central authorities. Comando Aeronaval Central Aeronaval Command, Aeronaval Operations Command, with one Aeromaritime Exploration Group and 3 aeronaval groups. Aviation Center, Naval Center Source. Territorial Organization. Territorial Commands, 6 interregional commands. Regional commands, 1 for each of the 20 Italian regions. Provincial commands, 1 for each of Italy's provinces. Territorial units, 74 groups, of which 5 are counterterrorism rapid response groups, 104 financial police units, 198 companies, 202 lieutenant units stations, 48 brigades, 26 mountain rescue stations source, aeronaval units, 15 aeronaval operational units, 16 naval stations, 41 operational naval sections, 13 aviation sections source. Special departments. Gruppo di Investigazione Criminalità Organizzata GICO, Organized Crime Investigation Group. Gruppo Operativo Antidroga GOA, Counter Narcotics Group. Gruppo Anticrime Tecnologico GAT, Counter Cybercrime Group. Gruppo Tutela Patrimonio Archeologico, Stolen Art Recovery Group. Antiterrorismo Pronto Impiego ATPI, Antiterrorism and Rapid Response Service. Servizio Cinefili, Police Dog Division 9. International Anti-Drug Operations. From the statistic data of the Anti-Drug Service Central Direction of the Department of the Interior, 60% of the drugs seized in Italy by law enforcement bodies is found by the Guardia di Finanza. The Guardia di Finanza is responsible for 77% of the heroin seizures, 69% of cocaine seizures, and 54% of cannabis, including hashish seizures. On 9 August 2018, the Guardia di Finanza intercepted research ship remit Panama flagged in the Mediterranean Sea. The ship was taken to Palermo in Sicily for further investigation, according to Guardia di Finanza. Following the investigation, the authorities discovered 20 tons of hashish hidden in the ship's fuel tanks. The entire remit crew of 11 has been arrested. All of them are nationals of Montenegro, the authorities informed. The hashish, worth between €150 million and €200 million, was probably destined for the European market. On 31 January 2019, the Guardia di Finanza seized more than 2 tons of cocaine in Genoa, northern Italy, which were on board a ship coming from Colombia and heading to Barcelona, Spain. 1801 pure cocaine cakes, for a total weight of over 2,100 kilograms. The seized cocaine has an estimated value of about €500 million. It is the largest seizure of cocaine found in Italy in the last 25 years. On July 29, 2019, the Guardia di Finanza of Genoa seized 368 kg 811 lb of cocaine with the collaboration and undercover agents of the United States DEA, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and the Colombian National Police. The drug was in a ship from Colombia and direct to the Calabrian mafia called ʻNdrangheta. On July 1, 2020, a world record in drugs seized by the Italian Guardia di Finanza in Naples, 14 tons of amphetamines, 84 million tablets, with logo Captagon produced in Syria by ISIS/Daesh to finance terrorism. More than €1 billion market value. This is the largest seizure of amphetamines in the world, carried out by the Neapolitan Guardia di Finanza in execution of a specific decree issued by the public prosecutor of Naples DDA and developed as part of a complex investigation activity delegated to the G. But after the lockdown period, due to the epidemiological emergency from COVID-19, in fact, law enforcement activities have been intensified in the specific sector. From the development of the clues that emerged during the investigation and particularly from other seizures previously made, the Guardia di Finanza tracked 3 suspect containers shipped to the port of Salerno, allegedly containing paper cylinders for industrial and machinery use. After the seizure, the GICO of Naples moved the containers to an equipped factory to carry out the internal inspection. The paper cylinders, about 2 meters high and 140 cm in diameter, likely built in Germany, were designed in multilayer in order to conceal the drugs. A perfect wall against the scan detection. In the inner layers, about 350 kg of tablets per cylinder were stored. 40 cylinders checked. A total of 14 tons of amphetamines have been found, which means 84 million tablets, bearing the symbol of the Captagon, which distinguishes the jihad drug made by ISIS. ISIS/Daesh finances its own terrorist activities, especially by means of drug trafficking, the synthetic ones massively produced in Syria, which has become for this reason in recent years the first world producer of amphetamines. The Captagon is marketed throughout the Middle East and then widespread both among fighters to inhibit fear and pain and among civilians as a fatigue relief. Initially produced mainly in Lebanon and widespread in Saudi Arabia in the 90s, this drug has also been used by terrorists in the attack to Bataclan on Paris in 2015, thus becoming the ISIS drug or jihad drug. According to the American DEA Drug Enforcement Administration, once the chemical plants of production are set, ISIS can easily produce large amounts of tablets for the world market of synthetic drugs, and therefore quickly funding their terror plots. 2 weeks ago, still in the port of Salerno, the specialists of the Organized Crime Investigation Group GICO of the Guardia di Finanza detected and seized another container with a roofing load consisting of counterfeited clothing, hiding 2,800 kg of hashish and 190 kg of amphetamines, over 1 million tablets, with the very same. As for the final dealer, no single criminal group can afford a 1 billion purchase, so the investigators think about a consortium of criminal groups, both for the total value of shipments and for distribution on the reference market's 85 million tablets can satisfy a European market. The hypothesis is that during the lockdown, due to the emergency worldwide epidemiology, the production and distribution of drugs in Europe has practically stopped, and therefore to the recovery many traffickers, even in consortium, have turned to Syria, whose production does not seem to have slowed down. Further investigations are ongoing to identify all the entities linked to this extraordinary seizure. On the June 19, 2021, the Guardia di Finanza, during a special operation fight smuggling and narcotic trafficking, seized 6 tons of hashish found aboard a USA-flagged yacht off the west coast of Sicily. The 3 crew members on board the vessel, identified as Bulgarian nationals, were arrested and taken to Palermo prison. According to the police, the street value of the drugs seized, found hidden in the interior of the ship, is approximately 13 million euros. Personnel. The Guardia di Finanza utilizes a rank structure similar to that of other state police forces in Italy, but with ranks similar to the Italian army. The Guardia di Finanza has around 68,000 members, agents, senior agents, superintendents, inspectors, and officers. Its personnel are in service in the Europol and OLAF, European Agency of Fight Against Fraud. Its Latin motto since 1933 has been Nec resistere resedet, Italian, Nec spezzatur retrocede, English, does not retreat even if broken. Officers. There are 3,250 officers in the Guardia di Finanza. Officer cadets for the general and aeronaval branches are recruited through competitive examinations open to Italian citizens, not over 22 years of age, with a high school diploma giving access to university studies. Officer cadets for the technical and logistic branches need a bachelor or master's degree and to be under the age of 32. Officer cadets for the general and aeronaval branches are trained during 3 years undergraduate studies at the Accademia della Guardia di Finanza at the campus in Bergamo, followed by 2 years graduate studies at the campus in Rome. The successful cadets graduate as first lieutenants with a master's degree in economic and financial security sciences. Ranks and rank insignia of general officers. Source: Ranks and rank insignia of field officers. Source: Ranks and rank insignia of company officers. Source: Inspectors. There are 24,000 inspectors in the Guardia di Finanza. Participation in the competition for the recruitment of inspectors in the general and naval branches is open to Italian citizens aged between 18 and 26 years, having a diploma of secondary school giving access to university studies. Inspector cadets attend the Scuola Ispettori I Sovrintendenti della Guardia di Finanza in L'Aquila for 3 years, at the same time studying at the local university, finally graduating with a bachelor's degree in business law and appointment as warrant officers. Inspectors in the naval branch continue with a year at the nautical school in Gaeta. Inspectors are formally classified as senior non-commissioned officers, but are, according to training and job description, more akin to U.S. warrant officers. Ranks and rank insignia of inspectors. Source: Superintendents. There are 13,500 superintendents in the Guardia di Finanza. Superintendents are recruited through promotion from the ranks of the senior agents. They are trained at a 3-month course at the Scuola Ispettori I Sovrintendenti della Guardia di Finanza in L'Aquila. Ranks and rank insignia of superintendents. Source: Appointees and agents. There are 28,000 appointee senior agents and agents in the Guardia di Finanza. Competition for appointments as agents trainee is open for Italian citizens with 1 year's enlistment in the Italian Defense Forces. Recruits are given basic training at either the Recruit School in Bari or the Alpine School in Predazzo. Ranks and rank insignia of appointees and agents. Source: equipment and vehicles. Weapons: pistols, Beretta 92, Beretta 84 BB, Beretta 85 BB, and Beretta PX4 Storm. Submachine gun: Beretta PM12 S2, Beretta PMX M5 and M7. Assault rifle: Beretta SC70/90, Beretta AR-Zone 160, and M4 carbine. Combat shotgun: SPA SMINUS-12 and SPA SMINUS-15. Sniper rifle: Sako TRG-22/42 and Heckler & Koch PS gun. General purpose machine gun: MG42/59. Heavy machine gun: M2 Browning. Cars: Fiat Grande Punto, Fiat Nuova Panda, Land Rover Range Rover, Subaru Forester, Volkswagen Up, Volkswagen Passat, Fiat Croma, Alfa Romeo Giulia, Alfa Romeo 156, Alfa Romeo 159, Fiat Bravo, Fiat Stilo 1.9 JTD, Jeep Renegade, Land Rover Freelander, Land Rover Defender, Iveco Massive, Iveco Daily, Isuzu D-Max, Fiat Scudo, Land Rover Discovery, Nissan Navara, Jeep Renegade, Fugia 3008, Iveco LMV, fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, patrol boats. Source: *note, G94. Cappelletti was destroyed by a fire on board on July 2, 2021. All 9 crew escaped without injury. Located in retired section. Motorboats. Source: inland motorboats. Source: sailing vessels. Source: training ships. Source: list of Guardia di Finanza retired vessels since 1950. Patrol boats, littoral patrol boats, fast crafts, motorboats, inland water motorboats, boats, training ships. Unit awards. The unit awards, as depicted on the unit coat of arms, are 3 blue and gold ribbons for 3 gold medals of military valor, 4 white and gold ribbons for 4 silver medals of military valor, 1 blue ribbon with VI for 6 bronze medals of military valor, 1 blue and white ribbon with Roman II for 2 crosses of military valor, 1 green, white, red ribbon with Roman IX for 9 gold medals of civil valor, 1 blue and red ribbon with a cross for 5 Knights Crosses of the Military Order of Italy awards not included in the coat of arms but are included in its state color are 1 gold medal of valor of the Finance Guard 2011, 1 silver medal of civil valor, 9 gold medals of civil merit, 2 separate medals of merited service in earthquake relief 1908 and 1915, respectively. 2 medals of benemerited financial service, 6 gold medals of benemerited service to education, culture, and the arts, 2 gold medals of benemerited service to public health, 2 gold medals of benemerited service to the environment, 1 gold medal of merit of the Department of Civil Defense, 3 gold medals of merit of the Italian Red Cross, UN Peacekeeping Medal for service as part of UNMIK Kosovo 1995-2004, Gold Medal of the Eagle of the Republic of Albania 1997-2005, Military Double Gold Star of Sports Merit 2007.